Hey guys, Untitled Collector here with another video, and this one isn't actually a review. This one's going to be kind of a combination of a couple of things. People have been asking about various different head swaps with the Stanley figure, so I'm going to do that here in this video. But more importantly, I want to show off this Black Panther 2-pack. Now, Black Panther 2-pack isn't a big deal. It was hyped for a little bit because it just took forever for this 2-pack to come out. And we kind of know some reasons why. The Stanley Build-A-Figure was canceled. However, here, lo and behold, I actually have the 2-pack that has the Stanley Build-A-Figure legs actually packed in. So I actually got this on eBay. Shout out to Vanilla Poser Nicholas Petrosian. He actually informed me about it, and I bid on it, and I actually won. So the awesome thing is I got it for about $26.09 after shipping, which was insane of a price for something like this. So it's not very many of these 2-packs have actually made it out. Who knows how many. This one's a little beat up though, but it's still a really cool piece to have because I only paid so much for it. You know, I'm very happy to have it. If it was, you know, would have gone up in the auction or anything, I would have just passed, no big deal. There's no point to this 2-pack, and I am aware of that because I actually have the Stanley figure that did end up getting released, but it's still a cool one-of-a-kind type of package that I wanted to include because, you know, we never really saw it. So we know that Hasbro never officially announced the Stanley Build-A-Figure, therefore they never officially announced the cancellation, so we don't have a real reason why. There's a couple of reasons floating around due to legal issues, and I know there was some problems with his assistant or whatever it was, and I didn't follow and I don't know it fully, so there's a couple of things like that. But anyway, the highlight there is the Build-A-Figure Stanley logo up in the top corner. We see the legs. They are the same exact legs, same color, everything that's actually on the single release figure that we got. The package and everything is the same. However, the back is going to be what is different. So you can see here the Stanley Build-A-Figure right there in the middle. Then here it shows the packs that would have been necessary to complete the Build-A-Figure. So I know there was a rumor list going around that showed the Stanley Build-A-Figure and which packs. It also said that like there was supposed to be an Iron Man and Doctor Strange pack that would include Stanley's head. That never happened, and in fact this pack actually shows only 2 to complete the Stanley Build-A-Figure. The legs with the Black Panther 2-pack, and then the Winter Soldier Falcon 2-pack would have been the upper body and the head. So kind of weird that they kind of would have spaced it out that way. The thing about this is this figure isn't really made to be a Build-A-Figure. You know, we've seen this figure used before with like the Bruce Banner figure, so it's not anything new, so it's not made to be a Build-A-Figure, so those arms probably don't pop in, so I'm sure we would have just gotten this whole top half, and then you get the legs separated there. So just a cool pack that I wanted to show you guys there. Now let's get into some head swaps with Stanley. Okay, so here's Stanley. So various different head swap requests. So we had seen one for the Fantastic Four, Human Torch, Johnny Storm. Peter Parker seemed to be the most popular one. Steve Rogers, of course, and also the Cyclops Love Triangle 3-pack. So a couple of different head swaps that we're going to do here. So first off, it's going to be the Peter Parker one. That one seems to kind of be the one that most people had asked for. Now the funny thing is at New York Toy Fair, they announced a Peter Parker retro figure that was already rumored, or aka, or you know, rumored, quote unquote. That figure, that Peter Parker figure, is this exact figure, the Stanley figure, just different shoes on it. It has like tennis shoes, whereas this one doesn't. So here is the Peter Parker head on there. It pops on the ball peg just fine, but that looks terrible. No neck. I guess from the side it doesn't look too bad, but when you look at it straight on, it looks something just seems really off about it. So I don't think that Peter Parker one works out too well. So let's pop that head off. Let's get the Johnny Storm head on there. And same story there, no neck. Skin tone doesn't match either and looks a little off when you really look at it, but there it is. Not the biggest fan of it, but it fits on there. So now let's move on from there. Here is the Civil War Steve Rogers head. And because at the end of the first Avengers movie, he wears something similar to this outfit, you know, when he's riding the motorcycle leaving. It's, I think, all different colors, but it's the same type of outfit. Now, looking at that hole inside in the ball peg's too big. You know, maybe if you heat it up, you could get it to work. That's not something that I'm going to be doing, because once you do that, you stretch out the hole and it won't fit on the figure as snug as it should be. So that's not something that I'm going to do. You customizers, you guys can Dremel, do all kinds of things, and you could get it to work. But here, it's not going to work. Skin tone isn't going to match exactly, but it's going to look decent. The figure itself, the body, I think is going to be a little too small for what you would think of Captain America, but it could work. So that's not the only Steve Rogers head. So I also have the one from the Walmart exclusive Worthy cap. So I'm going to try that head and see if that works. I think that's a similar ball peg, so it's probably going to be the same situation as this one, but you know, of course, let's test it out and see. And yep, we're looking at the same thing. This skin tone seems to match a little bit better, but still not quite. And again, that could kind of work if you want to stretch it out, warm it up, stretch it out, or if you want to Dremel a little bit, you could get that to work, and it would look decent. So next up, let's try these Cyclops heads. So the first one is this one here. Skin tone doesn't match, and it fits on there a little loose. It pops on, but it's on there kind of wobbly. That could kind of work as a civilian Scott Summers. It's just the skin tone that doesn't match, but it sits on the neck decently, I feel, but you know, just that skin tone difference kind of bothers me. It just doesn't look right, in my opinion. Now we have another one. We'll see how this one looks on there. So let's pop that head off. Pop that one on. That fits a little snug, a little bit more snug. It's not wobbly at all. The skin tone is just definitely really not a match, but you know, people can paint it. You can kind of do what you can to kind of hide that, and it wouldn't be so bad. It looks decent, not the greatest, but you know, it could kind of work there. And then for the fun of it, while I have this other head out here, let's throw a Wolverine head on there. The body type definitely isn't going to be right, but let's go for it. And there's that. That's not too bad, right? I don't think that's horrible in any kind of way. Skin tone isn't quite the same. It's not as noticeable because a lot of his chest is actually getting covered up because the head sits a lot lower on there. But it fits on there, and it could work as a generic civilian kind of thing if that's something that you wanted to do. You could do something like that. And then, of course, we could do something like this. And I know it's going to work because it's the same body. You could throw a Bruce Banner on there and have kind of a relaxed Bruce that's not in a suit kind of thing, and that could work out. Skin tone doesn't match, but that looks pretty good. There it is. So those are all the Stanley head swaps that you guys have asked for. Please don't ask for more, because I'm not going to be able to pull out all the other ones. I'm sorry, it's just going to be too difficult to be able to go and dig through all my accessories to find all the different heads. A lot of times these head swaps and the reviews, guys, I don't get to them because a lot of them don't make sense to me. And that's just on me. I need to kind of probably think a little bit more outside the box for some of you guys. But a lot of these head swaps aren't an apparent thing for me. So that's why in the review videos, you may not see them, because it's those things that just wouldn't strike out to me as something that I should do. You know, it's just, to me, it can seem very, very odd. So that's why I don't really do them. If you guys ask, I can try my best to get to them. If I have the time, you know, I can post something on Instagram. Or do something like that. It's just a matter of if I have the time to be able to get to do that between work, you know, family, and then any reviews that I might have coming up. It can be a little bit difficult for me to kind of get to some of those things. So just so you guys are aware, I'll try, but it can be hard for me to kind of get through every single request. But you know, I will try. So we are now back to Stanley. There it is. What do you guys think of those head swaps? Is it something that you guys are planning to do? Peter Parker was the big one, but hey, the Peter Parker figure is coming later this year, and it uses the same exact body, just different shoes. So that's already going to be taken care of for you guys. MCU Steve Rogers, Captain America, kind of works, but you may have to do a little something to kind of get that head to go down onto that ball peg. But You guys let me know what your plans are. If you guys like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.